Hi, Aiden. Hi, Ariana. Hi, Chloe. This is Miss Anita. I just wanted to give you a video to accompany the homework because there are some things that we taught in this past lesson that you'll need to know for completing the homework. So the homework is split into two parts. One is to practice your prepared speech and also impromptu speeches, but also to mark up your prepared speech so that you can make your delivery more dynamic and compelling. So there's a couple ways that we can do that. And this is what I mean by marking up your script. So there's 6 ways that you can mark your script so that your delivery is more exciting. I have an example here for you from Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech. I edited it a little bit so it's easier to say, but this is the gist of it. I'm just going to read it for you once right now. Very monotone, very boring, without any of the markings. So, I have a dream that my children will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. As you can see, there was not a lot of expression in my face or my gestures or my voice. So it's really important at that point to go from reading the script, which is exactly what I just did, to actually delivering the speech with compelling sounds and compelling emotions. So let's go ahead and get started. The first way that you can emphasize your words, the first way you can mark it up, is through underlines. Now, I would suggest that underlines are saved for words that you really want to emphasize. So, for example, I want to emphasize this word dream and children. For not, I really want to emphasize, so I'm going to put 2 lines here. Judged, I'll emphasize. Color, skin, content, character. So these are the words that I want to emphasize. So I'm going to read it one more time, still without that much emotion, but I'm going to emphasize those words. I have a dream that my children will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. So here we see that just with a couple of underlines, the text is dramatically improved because I've chosen words that I want to emphasize, and I'm doing that with my script. Now, the next thing that I'll suggest is marking in the pauses. Pauses are really effective and can be used to help your audience understand exactly what you're trying to say, as well as helping you emphasize those words. That empty space isn't a bad thing. It's actually a very good thing because now your audience has time to process and understand what you're trying to say. So I'm going to put a pause after here. I have a dream, and it's going to be 1 slash like that. That means a short pause. Now, if I want a long pause, I would do 2 lines, like here after skin. That's generally where our commas would go. But if there's anything that you want to emphasize even more than just you normally would, you can put 2 slashes there. I'm going to put a couple more. I have a dream that my children will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. And put 2 lines back here. Let's say if I was continuing with the speech. So I'm going to deliver it again, this time with the pauses. I have a dream that my children will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Now, what I want you to notice is that even though we have these markings, you want to still strive for sounding natural. These emphasizes and these pauses should really come from your own heart and how you want to portray it. So, for a fact, my pauses are probably different from Martin Luther King Jr.'s pauses versus your pauses if you were to give this speech. It's really not meant to be robotic, even though it might seem that way in the beginning when you're practicing. You should really get to the point where you can deliver it really naturally. Okay, so the next one is to add in emotion. So emotion is really important for us to really understand what you're feeling behind your speech. So what you're saying is only part of the battle. The other part is how you deliver it. And that's going to dictate your emotion and how your audience feels like you're feeling about your speech. And they will reflect that emotion as well. So there's two ways that you can mark this up. Either you could draw a smiley face and draw a sad face. But I find that since my drawing skills are kind of limited, that's kind of limited for me too. So I don't really get further than the happy face, the smiley face, and the dead face where it's just a straight line. So what I do is I generally write in what I want to be the emotion. So right here in the beginning where it says, I have a dream that my children will not. I think here, I have a dream, I would definitely want to be hopeful. So that's what I'm going to put up here. I want to be hopeful that this is my dream. Then here in the not be judged, here maybe I want to be regretting that this is happening, that they are currently judged by the color of their skin. And finally, the last one, I want to be solemn. This is what I want them to have. I'm serious about this. So I'm going to go ahead and put that there. So I'm going to deliver it one more time with the emphasized words and also the pauses as well as the emotion. I have a dream that my children will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Here we see that the entire passage is absolutely transformed because we've added these emphasized words, because we've added these pauses and the emotion. Now, there's a couple more that you can do. Generally, I think these three are the biggest things that you'll need, but if you want more things to add into your markings so that you can make your delivery more dynamic, you can add gestures, you can add volume, and you can add speed. So let's go ahead and look at gestures. Gestures, again, you can either write it in or you can draw it in. I'm going to try and draw it. So for I have a dream, I'm going to put my hand over my heart. So here's a heart, and here's my hand. All right. Beautiful hand. I have a dream. Then when it goes to children, I'm going to put my hand down because children are generally shorter than adults. Okay, that's my hand going down. Color of their skin. I'm actually going to put it down here at judge. So at judge, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold a fist because not only does it show that I'm kind of upset about it, I'm angry about it, but it also is kind of lingo for judged. The next one is content of their character. And then after I have my hand in the judged formation, I'm actually just going to open it up like this so that it looks very open and inviting. So I'm going to deliver it one more time. I have a dream that my children will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Here we see that the speech has been once again transformed and improved because we've added these gestures in. Now what I'm going to do next is add in some speed. For speed, you can use arrows. So if you want to go faster, make arrows to the right because that's how you would normally read. And if you want to go slower, make arrows to the left. So for example, dream here, I want to make it slower because I really want to emphasize this word. So slower. Then color of their skin, I don't really like this part, so I want to go faster because I don't really like the fact that this is happening to them. And then content of the character, I'm going to make all of this slower. So with that, let's go ahead and deliver it. I have a dream that my children will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Here once again, I know it seems theatric, I know it seems dramatic, but these are the types of things that will allow your speech to be even more outstanding and more memorable. Okay, last thing that I'm going to give you is the volume. So in terms of volume, you can use crescendo and decrescendo like you use in music. So for dream, not only am I going to be slower, but I also want to be louder. So my little hairpin there. And then color of their skin. Not only am I going to go faster, but I'm also going to go quieter. So here's my hairpin. Okay. And then this last one, content of their character, I'm going to declare it because this is what I really want for my children and for my country. Okay. Let's put it all together. Like I said, I know this is dramatic. I know this is theatric. You don't have to do this for every single passage in your speech, but really go through with a fine-tooth comb and understand, like, what can I do for my speech so that I can deliver it dynamically and more memorable. So I have a dream that my children will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Clearly here we've put everything all together to make it a whole package and to help your speech sound more dynamic, more compelling. And this is really what's going to make your speech outstanding, because everyone can read something off of a script, but not everyone has taken the time to look through their script and actually understand what they're saying, why they're saying it, how they're going to deliver it. And that is what's going to make your speech stand out. And I hope that helps. So let me know if you have any more questions, and I'd be happy to help. Bye.